What's up, Achievers? Jason Pack here, and today we're going to go over the front squat. Alright, so we've gone over the back squat in quite a bit of detail, but the front squat is a totally different animal, totally different beast, because the weight's out in front of you now. Because the weight's out in front of you, it requires a whole bunch of mobility in your wrists, your elbow, your lats, your T-spine. There's a whole bunch of different variables at play, and it requires a whole lot more strength and stability throughout your core. It requires you to be a lot more upright, but the benefits are tremendous. Now, there are two grips associated with the front squat, and that's the clean grip as well as the arms cross grip. So regardless of which grip you end up choosing, the big thing that we want is that the barbell is gonna be actually pressing up against your throat. So it's gonna give you the feeling like it's choking you a little bit, but it's pressed up against your throat and it's not resting on your collarbone, but rather in this space between your throat and your collarbone. We wanna let it settle right between those two areas. Now, in order for that to happen, again, regardless of which grip you choose, we need to have your shoulder blades spread forward in order for you to give that space so that barbell can settle nicely in between the throat and the collarbone area. Now, the big thing we're looking at for the clean grip is we want about 3 to 4 fingers on the barbell, and we want to slide your elbows up and in. And the only way for you to do that is by not vice gripping the barbell, but actually letting it rest along your fingertips. A lot of people try to hold the barbell in place with their grip, and it ends up becoming really taxing for their wrists. We want to be in a position where your fingers are really relaxed and basically just keeping it in position rather than holding on to the weight of the barbell. So for the clean grip, get the bottom of your arm parallel to the floor. We want those elbows up and in, and make sure that your grip is really relaxed so that it keeps it in position. Two stretches that we really like to achieve a better clean grip position are the wrist extension stretch as well as the bench T-spine extension stretch. For the wrist extension stretch, what you're going to do is grab a box or some sort of bench or some sort of elevated surface. You're going to place your hands on the bench, but make sure your fingers are rotated back behind you. Now from there, spread your fingers out wide, and I want you to pull your elbows back so that you get a deep stretch throughout the front of your forearms. You want to hold this stretch for about 30 to 60 seconds or so, and it's a good way to prep your wrists for the clean grip position. Now, the bench T-spine extension is a little bit more of a complicated stretch. What you want to do is get your elbows and place it on some sort of bench or other elevated surface, and you want to have a dowel or some sort of stick in your hands. Now, you're going to be kneeling on the floor next to that elevated surface, and what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you're tucking your lower back. You don't want your lower back in an extended position, so tuck your lower back, and then from there, slowly push your hips back towards your heels so that your chest and your head kind of sink down towards the floor. What you want to do in that bottom position is pull that dowel back towards your upper back, and that's going to create a really good stretch for your T-spine, for your lats, as well as your triceps. Now, this requires a ton of wrist mobility, elbow mobility, lat and T-spine mobility, so if this is tough for you, all you need to do is perform the arms cross grip. For this variation, you want to bring one hand across your body and put it on top of the bar, and then use your other hand and place it on top of your other shoulder. And now from here, you can use your thumbs to push the bar in place. You can use your thumbs and put them underneath the bar. That part is more of a preferential thing, but the big thing is we want to keep those arms crossed, and again, elbows up. If both feel equally comfortable, we actually prefer the clean grip just because you can create a larger base and you secure the bar a little bit better. The arms cross grip narrows your base of support a little bit and makes it tougher for you to stabilize. So if both grips are comfortable for you and you have the mobility to achieve both positions, then we recommend going for the clean grip. Just like the back squat, what we're looking at from a bar path positioning standpoint for the front squat is we want that bar cap directly in line with your midfoot at the top of the lift, throughout the middle of the lift, as well as the very bottom of the lift. We want that bar path directly vertical along the middle of your foot. That gives you the best leverage to then actually lift the barbell and squat it up. Now, in order for that to happen, because the barbell isn't on your back but rather in front of you, you need to be really upright in order to achieve this deep squat position with the barbell and bar cap aligned with the middle of your foot. Now, this requires a ton of ankle mobility, and if you don't have the mobility in your ankles, what we recommend is actually sliding 2.5 to 5 pound plates directly underneath your heels, and that helps you achieve a more ankle dorsiflex position. This is the reason why you see some lifters and some Olympic lifters squat with those Olympic lifting shoes. They provide just enough heel lift where they can achieve a deep squat position really comfortably. A great ankle mobility drill that we like to use is just a kneeling ankle stretch. What you want to do is position yourself so that you're in a kneeling posture with, let's say, your right foot forward. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab your heel, your right heel with your left arm, and you're going to grab your toes of your right foot with your right hand. And you're going to try to glide your knee over towards your right pinky toe as far forward as possible, and then bring it back. Try to perform about 10 to 15 repetitions on each side, and over time your ankle mobility should increase. That's it for today's tutorial. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please hit that little thumbs up icon below, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, peace, love, and muscles.